Demonstrations honoring George Floyd outside the courtroom.
Juror number 2, you will be on this jury.
While inside, attorneys begin seating Derek Chauvin's jury. Vacationers flock to our beaches.
The convergence of people here and a real problem in the aftermath.
As locals flock to vaccination sites, causing lines. And Meghan Markle's father defends the crown.
I'm guessing and hoping it's just a dumb question.
As a statement breaks the silence for the royal family. It's all coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache, and today is Wednesday, March 10th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne Bay studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Jury pool problems. Many in the pool saying they've already made up their mind about Derek Chauvin. He's the former Minneapolis police officer whose knee was on George Floyd's neck for the final minutes of his life. After a full day of selection, 3 jurors were picked. Reporter Camila Bernard from our news partner at CNN is in Minneapolis this morning.
You have been summoned, as you know, as potential jurors in the case of State of Minnesota versus Derek Chauvin, which is a criminal case related to the death of George Floyd.
Potential jurors questioned by the court, the state, and the defense.
Can you be fair to both sides and set aside any opinions?
Yes. So far, 3 jurors have been selected, 2 males that appear to be white in their 20s or 30s, and a woman who appears to be biracial in her 20s or 30s.
You will be on this jury.
Awesome.
In the meantime, you're not an investigator. Do not go out looking. Do not avoid all media to the extent you can. And then we'll see you back here.
Some potential jurors saying they're hesitant to be involved.
I read in the article, or the information you sent us, that jurors' names will be publicized after the case is done.
At some point, yes.
I felt, well, if our names are publicized, could we become potential targets for certain organizations?
And some dismissed, admitting they already have personal opinions on the case.
You would have an opinion about any witnesses that the defense might call, especially if they're police officers.
Yeah. I'm going to excuse you from this panel. I think there might be better juries for you to sit on than going to a case of this magnitude.
In Minneapolis, I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
As early as this morning, the House is likely to pass a $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill, with President Biden promising to sign a bill that he says fills holes in previous coronavirus stimulus packages.
400,000 small businesses went out of business. They got in line, but they couldn't get the help. And we found out that an awful lot of that went to bigger businesses.
The president commenting while visiting a hardware store near the White House yesterday. He says the bill is more than just checks to individuals. There's a lot in there that's designed to help small businesses. South Florida vacation hotspots facing an uptick in visitors despite the pandemic. This is what many experts are concerned about, since residents are eager to step out during spring break after being isolated for a year. However, CDC experts, along with local leaders, say travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19.
We are very worried that there's going to be a convergence of people here and a real problem in the aftermath.
Avoid travel, crowds, and poorly ventilated spaces.
For locals, the issue is lines for COVID vaccinations. Yesterday at Jackson Memorial in Miami, there were so many people that the line was visible from outside the hospital. Jackson was facing problems online as well, tweeting last night that some people received blank appointment sheets because of the high volume. A rideshare driver was shocked and disgusted this morning after being harassed and attacked by his passengers. Sub-hacker Kadka works in Uber in the San Francisco area. On Monday, he politely asked the passengers to put on their masks, and 3 women refused at points during his surveillance video. You can see the woman beating the driver and even using pepper spray in his car. He believes racism was a factor.
I was of another complexion. I would have not gotten that treatment from them. I am pretty sure. The moment I opened my mouth to speak, they realize I'm not among one of them. it's easy for them to intimidate me.
Both Uber and Lyft have banned the three women from using their platforms. Meghan Markle's father gives a network TV interview, but you may be surprised to hear who he's defending. That's still ahead, and so is this story.
That's everybody sitting back down, right?
The ovation continues for Michelle Obama, who was just selected for the National Women's Hall of Fame. We'll tell you who else is in that list. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's all of our responsibility to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. You can still use your outdoor spaces like yards and decks. It's also okay to go for a walk or exercise outside. Wear a cloth face covering, stay at least 6 feet away from other people, try not to touch any surfaces, and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
The royal family going on the record about Harry and Meghan's primetime TV interview. The palace's statement reads as follows. The whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. Harry, Meghan, and Archie will always be much-loved family members. Still no comment on camera from anyone at the Buckingham Palace about the bombshell claims of racism and emotional neglect made by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But someone else came in defense of the royal family. Reporter Max Foster from our news partner, CNN, is in Windsor, England this morning.
We did see Prince Charles out and about on Tuesday visiting a vaccination centre. I think the message there is that the palace is going to respond to this interview in their own time. And meanwhile, the diary of engagements continues. There was an unusual source of defence, you might think, for those racism allegations. Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, speaking on British television.
I don't think the British royal family are racist at all. I don't think the British are racist. The thing about what color will the baby be or how dark will the baby be, I'm guessing and hoping it's just a dumb question from somebody.
Lots of questions for the monarchy and the institution around it to answer here. The British newspapers talk about the palace being in crisis, but they seem to be taking their time in giving a response. They want it to be considered clearly. I'm Max Foster in Windsor, England.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama is being inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. Miss Obama is among 9 other influential women who will be inducted during the biennial ceremony on October 2nd in Seneca Falls, New York. This year's inductees include soccer icon Mia Hamm, PepsiCo's first female CEO Indra Nooyi, and NASA's first African-American female engineer Katherine Johnson. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.